It feels like these two teams play every year. The Pittsburgh Steelers, the New England Patriots play once again this Sunday. Every season there is a debate as to who is the more talented team. This year is no different. Who is better, the Steelers or the Patriots? It's Mitch of TheBottomLineView here to answer that exact question. If you're new to the Bottom Line View and this series, we take a look at every position and evaluate both teams' talent. Then I come to a decision by tallying the score. Before I dive into the depth charts, subscribe to the Bottom Line View for more NFL vids like this, and Gronk spike the like button. Also, let me know in the comments below, who do you think is the better team? Is this finally the year that the Steelers knock off the Patriots, or will the Pats reign supreme? Let's kick it off with the quarterback position. Tom Brady of the New England Patriots versus Big Ben of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Two legendary Hall of Fame quarterbacks. Big Ben leading Tom Brady in both yards and touchdowns so far this season. 4,227 yards, 28 touchdowns compared to Tom Brady's 3,700 yards, 23 touchdowns. But the key difference to me, and the reason why I'm sticking with the GOAT Tom Brady, is because of the 13 interceptions Big Ben has thrown compared to the 8 interceptions Tom Brady has thrown. Big Ben has thrown some interceptions in some big moments. Just look at that Denver Broncos game, for example. Tom Brady's still been clutch in the big time moments for his team. And I also look at the moments of leadership this year between the two quarterbacks. Ben constantly leaving games because he's injured, while Tom Brady sticks it out and leads by example. I'm going to go with Tom Brady in this category. Both quarterbacks have played very well this year, but I'm going to go with Tom Brady. At running back, I am also going with the New England Patriots, and the main reason why is because they have the depth advantage on the Steelers. They also have the versatility on the Steelers. James Conner is injured. We don't even know if he's going to play. So we don't even know if he's going to be 100% if he does suit up. That being said, James Conner has been excellent at times this season. 909 yards, 4.5 yards per carry, 12 touchdowns, 52 receptions. James Conner has been great replacing Le'Veon Bell. But when you look at the Patriots, they can hit you with a trio of running backs. Sony Michel on the ground, 706 yards, 4.3 yards per carry, also dealing with some injuries throughout the course of the season. James White is a reception machine and a linebacker's worst nightmare. 76 catches, 10 touchdowns on the year, 342 rushing yards as well. And then you add in Rex Burkhead, who just came back for the Patriots, who's also a solid depth piece and a versatile guy in the backfield. So I like the Patriots just because of the depth, and also because James Conner is a little bit banged up. At the wide receiver position, you go to the Steelers because of that dynamic duo of Juju and Antonio Brown. Brown, we all know, is a top 5 receiver in the game. A lot would argue that he is the best in the game. 1,000 yards once again for Antonio Brown, 12 touchdowns this year on 86 catches, while Juju has surpassed Antonio Brown in terms of catches and yards so far this year with 1,234 and 91 receptions. He does have 6 touchdowns as well in the season. The thing I like about Juju, he's physical, he's tough, he gets it done as a blocker as well, and he can also run away from you down the field. We've seen multiple 90-yard touchdowns by Juju, while Antonio Brown is a little bit quicker, better route runner. Both players are excellent in a great combination. Edelman and Gordon are both really good, and Gordon has really come into his own as a Patriot, and it's been nice to see him rejuvenate as a New England Patriot. And 718 yards, 40 receptions, 4 touchdowns so far this year has been excellent for him, while Edelman, coming back from the suspension, 621 yards, 56 receptions, 4 touchdowns. Great combination, just not as good as the Steelers combination. At tight end, of course, we're going with the Patriots here. Rob Gronkowski, not his best year ever, dealing with a ton of injuries, looks a little bit slower, doesn't look like peak Gronk, but he's still great. 637 yards, 43 receptions, 3 touchdowns. McDonald, 509 yards, 3 touchdowns, 44 receptions. McDonald has looked like a mini Gronk at times this season, stiff-arming people to the ground, but you still have to go with Gronk because of all the attention he gathers from a defense, as well as his ability to block. Now, The offensive line. This is one of the toughest to decide because both offensive lines have been excellent this year. In pass protection, run blocking, they've both been great. I look at Shaq Mason as a star for the Patriots and David DeCastro as a star for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Villanueva is very underrated for the Pittsburgh Steelers, but overall, the more consistent unit for me has been the Steelers, and it just seems like no matter what running back is playing, no matter who's playing at quarterback, wide receiver, doesn't matter, the offensive line is always there. They're always giving great protection to Ben Roethlisberger. They're always opening up holes for whoever the running back is, and they have an excellent scheme. They're well coached, and they're just a little bit better than the Patriots so far this year, but both offensive lines are great. And then you look at the defensive lines, which are gonna really have a tough time with these offensive lines. The interior we're talking about right now, and that is the big boys in the middle, the big guys that stop the run, that really try and push that pocket against Big Ben and Tom Brady. I'm giving the advantage to the Pittsburgh Steelers here. Cameron Hayward is a very, very good player. He's a Pro Bowler in the past. Stephon Tuitt is very underrated. And yes, he's been injured again this year, but when he plays, he's a difference maker, specifically in the run game for the Steelers. Hargrave as well is another guy that is that kind of dynamic, sort of undersized pass rusher from the interior, but he gets it done as well. All three players are ranked within the top 21 for Pro Football Focus as an interior defender. While the Patriots do have one top 10 interior defender in Lawrence Guy, but no one else even in the same stratosphere as the other three. So looking at that, the Patriots just don't have the depth behind Lawrence Guy. Malcolm Brown is very inconsistent. Danny Shelton barely even suits up anymore. So the Patriots are weak in this category right now, while the Steelers, this is a strength for them. At the edge, this is interesting because both teams have one really good player. Steelers have TJ Watt, who's a 10-sack guy right now, playing very well, has more capability of dropping into coverage and playing more as a linebacker, has some versatility to his game in that regard, while Trey Flowers on the other side can line up as an interior pass rusher as well as play on the edge. I'm going with the Patriots just because they have a little bit more depth in this category. Trey Flowers is excellent. He's ranked 8th by Pro Football Focus at this position. Adrian Claiborne is ranked 32nd, so he is a starting edge caliber player as well. You then look at Dietrich Wise, who's a pretty good player as well in the rotation for the Patriots. They don't have the greatest pass rush, but they're pretty well-rounded as a unit. And then you look at the Steelers, behind TJ Watt, Bud Dupree is okay, but they don't really have anybody else. So that's why I'm going with the Patriots at the edge position. And then we go to linebacker, which I would say is probably the weakest position for both teams. Kyle Van Noy, Dante Hightower for the Patriots. They've been good at times, but also bad at other times. And then you look at the Steelers, and really, this is the weakest position on their football team and has been for some period of time now. Of course, they're without Ryan Shazier for the last 2 seasons, so this has been a huge weakness for them. Vince Williams is their best player at this position, but he's nothing great. John Bostic is a run stopper, strictly. So I'm going to give this to the Patriots as well. They have a little bit more in terms of the linebacker position. Van Noy is probably the best player on both teams. Hightower, of course, has been a former Pro Bowler and is a very smart player. Maybe not the same physically he was in the past because of some injuries, but I just give that slight advantage to the Patriots. They also have a Landon Roberts who's solid, so I have to give that to the Patriots because this is a really weak position for the Steelers, specifically in coverage. And then moving to the cornerback position, this again goes to the Patriots. The Patriots surprisingly do have a really good corner unit. They have probably this season maybe the best corner in the league. I mean, Stephon Gilmore has been really, really good. He ranks 2nd by Pro Football Focus at the position this year, and Jason McCourty also ranks in the top 12. So that being said, both corners have been pretty good. McCourty has been kind of inconsistent, but when he's on, he's really good. When you look at the Steelers, Joe Hayden is pretty much looked at as their #1 guy. I want to give a shout out to Hilton, who's a really good slot corner, and the Steelers are improved at this position more so than they haven't been in the past, but you still have to look at the Patriots. They have 4 good corners: Gilmore, McCourty, Jonathan Jones, J.C. Jackson, who's a young player coming into his own. This is a good unit for the Patriots. They just kind of miss up front guys to get after the quarterback. So I'm going to go with the Patriots at corner. At safety, it's also the Patriots. The secondary of the Steelers, although they play, solid at times, this has mostly been the weakness of their team for many years now. And the safety specifically, you look at this unit, Sean Davis is okay. He's very athletic. He can play very well at times, but he can also be the weakness of this defense at other times, missing assignments. He's not the smartest in the back end. Morgan Burnett is more of a player that plays in the box, and he's more of a run defender, and he's crucial to their coverage on third down. Terrell Edmunds is a rookie who is very athletic. He's kind of a freak in that regard, but he's not really up to speed in terms of NFL coverages and all that sort of stuff. Well, you look at the Patriots, Devin McCourty's definitely the best player at safety for both teams. Patrick Chung is a veteran who's very good as well. And then Deron Harmon makes the big play at the big time. So I'm going with the safety position of the Patriots. So the secondary of the Patriots is a clean sweep. The head coaching position, of course, has to go to the Patriots because they have Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick is obviously probably the greatest coach of all time, and he definitely has the scheme advantage on Mike Tomlin. Tomlin is a good leader. He can motivate well, but he just isn't Bill Belichick when it comes to scheming offense and defense. And then we head to the special teams, starting off with the kickers. Steven Gostkowski's been a little bit rough as of late, but you have to give him the advantage over Boswell, who's had a rough season. He was really good last year, and he was a Pro Bowler last year, but this year, he's had many plays like he did in Oakland this past week where he just straight up goofed. So I'm going with the Patriots at kicker as well with Steven Gostkowski, but neither kicker has been excellent this season. And then the special teams unit of the Patriots does win out because of Cordero Patterson, who's amongst the best returners in the NFL. They also have stars like Matthew Slater, who helped this unit in basically the coverage game. So you have to go with the Patriots on special teams, kicker, head coach with the intangible areas. And the Patriots pretty much dominate this who's better conversation, winning 10-3 overall. And when I came into this one, I didn't really expect the Patriots to dominate this way. But when you look at it position by position, this is a team that is a lot more talented in terms of position by position when comparing them to the Steelers, but the Steelers do have a lot of big names, and they're really good at certain areas. Like the Steelers are really good at offensive line, really good at skill positions like wide receiver, but overall the Patriots are just better in a few different areas, specifically in the secondary, and of course coaching, which might give them a big advantage in this game. We'll see what happens in this game. Who do you think is a better team? Who do you think is more talented? Also, let me know who you think is going to win this game, the Patriots or the Steelers. It's Mitch of the Bottom Line View once again. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button and subscribe for more NFL. Peace out.